That's it. Nothing more. We learned a lot over the past couple weeks, but above all, we learned that to succeed, we have to work together. I hope you had some fun today. And I think I speak for the rest of the choir when I invite you to come back sometime. So, thank you again.
Mount Vernon City Council meetings recorded live on tape Wednesday nights and replayed daily at 6 p.m. on TV 10.
Breast cancer is hard to ignore. It is the most common form of cancer among American women. Understandably, women are concerned about getting breast cancer. The good news is that more and more breast cancer is being detected early, while the tumor size is small and the cancer has not spread beyond the breast. A majority of women diagnosed with early-stage breast cancer are candidates for treatment that saves the breast.
From Mount Vernon High School, it's live high school basketball. Tonight, the Mount Vernon Bulldogs host the Stanwood Spartans. Good evening, along with Peter Swanson and Fred Lee, I'm Chris Harper. Welcome to the game of the week. Well, tonight, the Mount Vernon Bulldogs enter the final week of the regular season with a 12-2 conference record. They're in second place, and they're shooting for first place. With a win tonight and a win on Thursday, they would guarantee themselves the number one spot at district. For the Stanwood Spartans, they come in with 5 conference losses. They've already wrapped up third place, and with a win tonight, they would secure that third place spot. They've already wrapped up fourth. They'd secure third place with a win tonight, and a big game here tonight at Mount Vernon in front of a big crowd ready for a big game. And as Fred Lee joins us, Fred, 1 month ago in Stanwood, these two teams met, and it was all Stanwood.
Well, it really was. Actually, Mount Vernon got off to a nice start and then kind of went flat, and Stanwood came about, and Powell, their big defensive threat, took care of Mount Vernon and really could have got the game Player of the Game award. Didn't get it that night, but did a great job defensively. Mount Vernon, I think, in order to take Appleby out of the picture, you got to let him shoot the three. Chris, let him take that shot, but he can't come in the middle of the paint and do what he wants to and give the ball to who he wants to. Toshner just had a great game against Mount Vernon in the last game, basically because Appleby would penetrate, dish. He was like 9 for 13 for 24 points, Toshner, in the last ball game. So I think you can give Appleby his 3 points. You got to keep him out of the paint, not let him get the rest of the team involved in the ball game. Mount Vernon got an early foul trouble in the last game, had some problems. Gibbons, Lucas Scott, both of them having to sit out in the third quarter. They were outscored 23-12 in that third quarter. Basically, that's the name of the game at that time. But I look to see a lot of different things, and different games present different things. And a couple of great basketball teams with great tradition of late, in particular. Stanwood making it to the state tournament a couple times, and of course Mount Vernon's with their history. So they're going to throw it up and get after it tonight.
Stanwood won that game by 14 points the first meeting, and I think what surprised the Bulldogs was not Appleby and his antics, because everybody knows about him, but I think what surprised the Bulldogs and what surprised us was how good his supporting cast is, especially Dan Toshner.
Yeah, I think Dan Toshner is a recipient of some great passes by Appleby, but again, I just think that Appleby's such a great ball player, and it's going to be a thrill just to watch him play. He's a Division I ball player. We don't often get to see legit Division I ball players. He's heading for Florida, which is a great school with a great program. They obviously see some great things in him. He's fun. He goes from baseline to baseline, but you just have to make him work. Be a little physical with him. Make him shoot the three. If he's hot with the three, he's going to beat you. But again, you can't have him get everybody else involved. I think Mount Vernon is going to try maybe a box in one. They're going to try some different things this time around to see if they can at least neutralize him a little bit.
Last time they tried to play Appleby man-to-man all game, and it didn't work too well. Appleby killed the Bulldogs either when he was scoring or passing up to someone else. But, now, this time around, Stanwood has a new weapon, Kyle Bourne, who had a broken foot. He had some surgery, and now he's back in the lineup. This will be his 4th game back, and he's already scored 18 points in the game. So he's a big guy, 6'5", and the Bulldogs will have to contend with him.
Yeah, he's certainly another factor, another piece of the puzzle. But then you have to look at Mount Vernon and look what Stanwood has to look forward to. They've got 4 or 5 guys that are averaging close to 10 points a game. You can't isolate on any one player. You have to look at them all because they're all able to score. Well, Kendrick having 16, he was high in the last ball game for Mount Vernon, but he had to work really hard with Powell all over him on defense. So it's going to be a new type of game. Both of them could be a little bit loose. Mount Vernon's got second place. They've got it sacked. That's a nice spot to be in for them, so they can be loose. They can come out and get it done. Where yet Stanwood could get third or a 4th place spot. So it's up for grabs tonight. It'll be a lot of fun.
In addition to this being our game of the week on radio, we're also recording it for television. TV 10 in Mount Vernon will be broadcasting this game on Friday. And Fred, you look good on TV. I think this might work out after all.
We might have to check your glasses a little bit. I don't know about that, but we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, and it's got all the pieces, everything you need. It's a full house. It's a high school game. It's a week game. You can't be in a better place than this right now.
Let's do it. It's the Mount Vernon Bulldogs and the Stanwood Spartans coming up after this timeout. You're listening to the Game of the Week on Oldies 1430 KBRC. Stanwood had been having their troubles. They lost 3 in a row to Snohomish, Arlington, and Marysville-Pilchuck before winning their 2 games last week. The starting lineup's about to be introduced by Athletic Director Eric Monson. The Bulldogs are off to our right in their home white uniforms, trimmed in green and black, and Stanwood comes in their road reds, trimmed in white. And here are the starters for Stanwood. Chris Poe, a 6'1 senior wing, comes out to center court. For Mount Vernon, Jake Moore, Shaky Jake, a 5'10 sophomore. He's the point guard, and he's been improving with every game this year.
Yeah, he has. He's done a good job. And Chris Poe is the defensive specialist for Stanwood.
Dan Koshner for Stanwood, a 6-foot senior wing, comes out to center court to meet the Bulldogs. Lucas Scott. Little Lucas, a great three-point shooter, averaging over 10 points a game. Well, almost 9.8 on the season. Lucas Scott is a 5'8 senior guard. For Stanwood, Chris Bozer, a 5'11 junior, and he plays out on the wing. For the Bulldogs, Brian Shea, one of the team's better defenders. He earned lots of praises from head coach Troy Swanson after the big win against Snohomish earlier in this year. Shea is a big guy, 6'4", 200 pounds, and a senior. Ryan Appleby, headed for Florida next year. He's the point guard for Stanwood, a 6'3 senior. He has started every single game since he came to the school as a freshman.
Well, how could you stop him from going out on the court?
Kyle Kendrick from Mount Vernon. He's the team's leading scorer, 14 points a game, a 6'3 senior guard. Kyle Bourne for Stanwood. He's 6'5, a senior, plays in the post, and he is just back from a foot injury. In fact, he's only played 3 games so far this year, but he's done quite well, scoring 10, 18, and then 22 last Friday. And for Mount Vernon, Chris Williams, a 6'1 senior guard, one of the top scorers on the Bulldogs squad.
Heidi Ward, as she sings.
And now, tonight, our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged spread without the bomb, bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, set us that star-spangled banner and wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Nice job. Well, it's been a trend this year. We've seen so many times where the national anthem has been performed a cappella by one of the students. I think that's just great.
I don't think there's a tougher job out there to do either, I'll tell you. And we do not have the band here tonight. We always look forward to that because they have a great band. They do a nice job.
Kids are on school break right now.
Yeah, they are. Having fun. Enjoying it. I tell you, it's something pretty neat tonight. Brian Shea starting. Shane Gibbons, Jake Moore both came up and said we want to give our spots to Brian Shea to start in the last home game. That's pretty incredible. It kind of tells you what kind of team it is. And so Brian Shea is going to get the start
On
this
senior
game.
night.
Yep.
Ball's up and we're underway. Mount Vernon controls the tip, and they're going from right to left in their home white uniforms, trimmed in green and black. Jake Moore, the point guard against Appleby, takes it out high, and he'll drip toward the left side. Look inside, but he'll have to hit Chris Williams on the outside at the arc. Back to Moore, and he'll give it back to Williams, to Lucas Scott on the right side wing. We're just underway from Mount Vernon High School. To the high post for Brian Shea, back to the basket, one dribble and a pass back outside to Jake Moore. Mount Vernon coming in, 12-2 in conference. The Spartans are 9-5. Williams will take a jumper from 17, doesn't draw iron, ball on the floor, and it's picked up by Kyle Bourne of Stanwood. And here come the Spartans. Appleby across center court. He'll give it to Poe, down low on the baseline, put it up, no good. That shot taken by Bozer, and the rebound to big Brian Shea underneath. Bulldog basketball in a scoreless game. Scott's three is blocked out of bounds. A great leaping block by Chris Bozer of Stanwood.
Well, you have to get it off Lucas a little quicker than that. He come flying across. Got it. Get it out of here. Not here. Not now.
Bulldogs bring it in. Kendrick on the left side. He'll take a jumper from 17. It rattles out. Rebound to Appleby of Stanwood, and he comes flying down the floor at full speed. Slams on the brakes. Gives to Toshner straight away. Underneath, wide open. Bozer put it up. No good, but Brian Shea, who came over to check him, bumped him with the hip, and 2 free throws coming for Chris Bozer of Stanwood.
I tell you, you can't go to sleep after you shoot the basketball, Melbourne. They got to get back in transition because Appleby pushes the ball up so very, very quick. And the posts know it, so they run the court knowing they're going to get the basketball. Nice job by Stanwood getting down quick, getting a quick shot underneath.
Chris Bozer, a junior wing, makes the first free throw. Stanwood won their last game, 89-62 over Cascade. Kyle Bourne, the leading scorer, with 22 points. Appleby had 21 and 19 assists. Both free throws made by Chris Bozer, and the Bulldogs bring it in. Facing Stanwood pressure in the backcourt. Williams breaks it across the timeline. Now he'll circle back toward midcourt and give it to the point guard, Jake Moore. Left side to Kendrick. He fakes, he drives, he's cut off, finds the open Lucas Scott for three. Yeah.
Well, that's money, and big Kendrick went down the line, got him up, says, no, I know my little guy over the corner can shoot the ball.
Lucas Scott gives the Bulldogs a 3-2 lead. Appleby at the top, gives it near side to Poe. He'll take a three and hit it.
Poe, the defensive man of the last game, says, I can do both ends. Hit the big one down at the other end.
And Poe puts the Stanwood Spartans back out in front, 5-3. Williams on the drive. He'll take a 10-footer, come up short. Ball tipped by Kendrick, but taken by Stanwood. Up court they come. Appleby, between the legs pass is knocked away and into the hands of Lucas Scott. Up court to Moore. He's on the drive. Put it up and in.
I don't know if anybody finishes that any more than Jake Moore. They kept a percentage to that. He does a great job finishing.
5-5. Appleby down low. Shot up, no good by Bozer. Ball on the floor. Big scramble. Bozer gets it back. The shot is swatted away by Kendrick and into the hands of Moore. 2-on-2. Williams. Pump fake. Put it in.
Is this fast enough pace for you? You gotta love it. Baseline to baseline. Both teams getting after it.
Bulldogs 7. Stanwood 5. Chris Poe on the near side. One dribble and a pass out high for Kyle Bourne. To Appleby on the wing. He'll step up for a 15-footer, and he got fouled. He'll be shooting two.
Hate to see him shoot a jump shooter out that far. He can shoot the ball, there's no doubt about it, but don't put him at the foul line because I tell you, he's automatic there too. Appleby, you're not going to stop him from getting his shots. You just want to make it tough on him.
Chris Williams fouled Appleby. That's his first and the Bulldogs' second, as Appleby makes the first of his 2 free throws. Appleby leads the conference with 25.5 points a game. And if you were to check a list of the state leaders, that would be right in there. That is a lot, 25.5 a game. 7 apiece.
32 minutes of ball, 25 points, you bet it is.
He doesn't leave the court very often. Kendrick off a handoff from Shea. He'll throw it out for Lucas Scott. Now Scott on the drive. He finds an open Chris Williams underneath to lay it in.
Lucas Scott made that happen. Little dribble, drive, and dish to Williams for 2.
Appleby's pass is tipped away, and the Bulldogs have it again, leading 9-7. Kendrick with it. With a right-hand dribble, gives it to Jake Moore on the wing. He drives around Appleby, but he's underneath the basket. Has to give it to Scott, to Williams, to Kendrick. 3 ball, good.
Everybody touch the ball, share the ball, give it up, and you get good things happening.
12-7, Mount Vernon, and this game looks so much different than the game that these two teams played at Stanwood. Appleby crashes into a Bulldog. The Bulldog coaching staff is screaming, but they don't get the call. A shot was missed, and the Bulldogs rebound. Up court to Williams. Bulldogs up by 5 midway through the first quarter. Kendrick drives, he's cut off, takes a fadeaway jumper from 10, and it just hit the net, and it's picked up by Stanwood. Appleby with it. He takes a long three straight away, no good. Foul on the rebound, and it's against Stanwood.
Yeah, you can block out, but you can't back out. Somebody backed him right out of the key. Boy, what a great tempo. Both teams are just, you love to see this, Chris. Good athletes playing wide open basketball. Most of them making pretty good decisions. Mount Vernon off to a really nice start.
The foul was on Chris Poe of Stanwood. That's the Spartans' first foul of the game. Bulldogs bring it into the front court, leading 12-7. Williams gets away from his man, takes it all the way to the hole, lays it in, and he's fouled.
Oh, he's got 6 already, and he was not going to be denied that. This kid is as quick a kid as you're going to find in the West-Go North. I tell you, he can get it going. And when he gets it going, the other team's going to set picks. They're going to work with him. He works hard, they're going to work hard.
In the first meeting between these teams, I thought that the Bulldogs looked surprised by what Stanwood brought. Right now, it looks like Stanwood's surprised by what Mount Vernon is bringing. A penetrating game, and Williams cashes in. He makes the free throw to complete the three-point play, and that makes it 15-7. Mount Vernon with 3:45 left to go in the first quarter. Dan Toshner, top of the key, swings it left side over to Bozer. Bounce pass inside to Bourne, and he puts it right up and in. Kyle Bourne.
Bourne, the big guy inside, and he gets to play a lot. Looks real strong in there.
15-9 Bulldogs. Jake Moore from Williams. He'll give it to Scott on the right side wing. He'll drive, put it up, and it was knocked away. Picked up by Brian Shea. Bulldogs still with it. The point guard, Jake Moore, guarded by Appleby, way out high. Bounce passes to Williams on the right side. Back to beautiful give and go, and Moore finishes.
Basic baseball. Williams ain't scoring. He's giving it up.
Appleby for three. Too strong. High rebound is tipped by Lucas Scott, and a foul call. Toshner going over the back of little Lucas Scott.
Everything going right for the green and the white right now, and that's because of a lot of hustle. The blue-collar worker, the guy with the lunch pail, Brian Shea, going to take a seat. The middle linebacker going to take a little seat. And here comes Gibbons in, and this is great because Gibbons is prone to getting into some foul trouble early. Now it's a nice situation. There's a 3:02 to go in the first quarter. He steps on the court.
Shane Gibbons sporting a new haircut tonight. Bulldogs have the ball and a 17-9 lead with just under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Kendrick out top, working against Poe. Poe did a great job on him the first time these two teams played. To Scott, he steps back for a three, missed it, rebound to Stanwood. Toshner got in there, outlets to Appleby, a near steal, and here comes Ryan. He stops from the elbow, jumper, short. Ball tipped by the Bulldogs, but Stanwood gets it back. Appleby out for Poe, he fakes, he takes a baseline jumper from 15, comes up short, rebound to Gibbons of Mount Vernon. And here come the Dogs, leading 17-9. Moore out for Scott to Gibbons at the top of the arc. He drives, he spins, he shoots, and it's blocked away by Bourne. Great block. And the ball ends up in the hands of Ryan Appleby, dribbling between the legs against Williams.
Williams doing a nice job on glue.
Hoser for three, rings around and stays out. And Williams has it for Mount Vernon. At midcourt, Appleby cuts him off, and the ball squirts forward, touched by Gibbons, but picked up by Stanwood. Spartans with it again, trailing by 9. Near side, Poe out high and shot no good, taken by Kaufman. Rebound to the Bulldogs. That's Deus Kaufman who's checked in. He's a sophomore who just started playing after he had broken his wrist early in the season.
Not afraid to shoot the ball.
17-9 Mount Vernon. Well, Kaufman got his first start just a couple weeks ago, and you think he'd be nervous as Kendrick takes a fall-away jumper from the elbow, and it's no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll be Stanwood basketball. Mount Vernon leads 17-9 with 1:22 left to go in the first quarter. Well, you would think that a guy, Kaufman, a sophomore, getting his first start would be nervous and tentative, but no, his first start, and he scored 11 points in the first quarter.
That's pretty amazing.
Justin Burns checks in for Mount Vernon as Toshner takes a three for Stanwood. He missed it. Bourne with the inside rebound. His putback doesn't go, and Shane Gibbons has it for Mount Vernon. Bulldogs leading 17-9 with 1 minute left to play in the first quarter. Jake Moore spinning, trying to get away from Appleby. Has to pass it away to Burns. To Gibbons at the top of the key. Bounce passes inside. Kendrick, low left, spins, shoots, scores. A beautiful high arcing shot by Kyle Kendrick, and that makes it 19-9 Bulldogs. Stanwood the other way, pass knocked away, almost saved by Gibbons. But it'll be Stanwood basketball as Todd Hinderman checks in for Stanwood. And Kyle Bourne will sit down. Brian Shea will come back in for Mount Vernon, and Kyle Kendrick will take a seat.
Boy, Mount Vernon really active on the defensive end tonight. They're just anticipating every pass that Stanwood makes right now.
Spartans bring it in, trailing by 10. Appleby against Moore. Passes outside for Poe. A three-pointer is short. Rebound taken by Toshner underneath in the low right, and he's fouled as he goes up. Looks like it might have been Shea who came over trying for the block.
Probably a good foul by Shea. Right now...
no, they called it on Williams.
Is that what it was on? Okay, but I tell you, Toshner doing a nice job in the boards. Not a big guy, but he rebounds extremely well for Stanwood. He did in the first game, too. Tough inside.
First free throw from Toshner is good. Chris Williams will come out. That was his second foul, and Lucas Scott comes back in for Mount Vernon.
Stanwood still in their man defense. They're staying in it.
Toshner hits the second free throw, so he made them both. And that makes it 19-11 Mount Vernon with 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Jake Moore has it poked away by Appleby into the backcourt, so Jake has to go back and retrieve it. Up court to Shea. Shea to Scott at the right point. Looking for Moore, finds him. Ball away from the basket. 9 seconds left in the quarter. Justin Burns with it now. To Shea, to Moore, 5 seconds left. Moore spinning at the free throw line, gets off an off-balance 15-footer. It's no good, and that'll end the quarter. For Mount Vernon, a great start against Stanwood. And at the end of one, it's the Bulldogs 19, Stanwood 11. And we'll come back after this 60-second timeout on KBRC. (19-11) Mount Vernon over Stanwood as we get ready for the second quarter of play.
Well, I tell you, Stanwood can't continually shoot this cold in this ball game. 2 for 15 in the first quarter. Mount Vernon doing a good job with a hand in the face, but you can't expect the team to be that cold, so they're going to heat it up a little bit. Mount Vernon doing a heck of a nice job. There seems to be something going on over here at the head table, and they're saying just stay in, the players stay in front of your benches, and we'll see what's happening.
Well, the only thing that saved Stanwood in the first quarter was 6 out of 6 free throw shooting.
Yeah, they did a nice job at the foul line when they got there. Mount Vernon, they're going to commit some fouls in this ball game. They need to get in people's faces, and they're going to have to stay in there, close out on strong side, try to stop them from taking the ball to the hole. So the nice part is Mount Vernon's fairly deep, as Stanwood is. So what do we got going here?
Will they call a technical? We'll try to get the word from the Prince. Free throw good by Appleby.
Stanwood started the second quarter.
He made 1 out of 2.
Technical due to entry in the book. They will get the ball after shooting.
And it sounded like a technical foul that was caused by
entry in the book. Yep.
Entry in the book.
Illegal or whatever. It's not illegal, but they didn't have the right number or something. Boy, that hurts.
Okay, so 1 point for Stanwood, and that makes it 19-12 Mount Vernon. Opening minute, second quarter. Appleby near side with Moore on him. Kendrick over to help. Now Hinderman down low, spinning around Gibbons. Put it up, but he missed the shot. Rebound to Kendrick of the Bulldogs. Outlets to Moore. Here comes Shaky Jake. He runs in, so he has to circle back toward midcourt. 19-12 Mount Vernon. We just started the second quarter. Jake Moore with the ball at the right point. Top of the key to Lucas Scott. He drives left side, gets cut off. Back outside for Gibbons, and now Moore. Back to Gibbons at the elbow. He fakes. He drives right to the hoop, and he lays it in.
Yeah, you saw a path there, Daylight. You're not going to stop me. All the way to the hole.
His first points of the game, and now 5 different Bulldogs have scored, and they lead 21-12. Hinderman to Appleby, and it's taken away by Jake Moore, and then a traveling call against Jake.
Yeah, it was, but aggressive play. Stepped in between the pass, got it. He got his feet going a little too fast.
Looked like Appleby tried to beat him backdoor, but Moore was right there. Three-pointer taken by Kaufman. Not enough gas on that one, and the Bulldogs rebound. Gibbons to Moore in the backcourt. Bulldogs up by 9. 6:45 left to go in the second quarter. Along with Peter Swanson and Fred Lee, it's Chris Harper with you from Mount Vernon High School. Jake Moore with Appleby on him. Bounce passes to Gibbons. Back to the basket, standing on the three-point arc. Gibbons still with the ball. Gives it back to Moore. Inside for Justin Burns, and now back into the hands of Gibbons. Shane with that new haircut. Looking to find Moore.
No hair to cut. It's all gone.
Now Kendrick on the near side. And the Bulldogs being very patient here. Stanwood with some good defense here in the second quarter. On the right wing, Jake Moore with it. Top of the key to Kendrick. He's going to take that three. No good. Gibbons fights for the rebound, but Toshner takes it for Stanwood. 21-12, Mount Vernon. At center court, Appleby on the dribble. Shakes Moore, drives, puts it up. No good. Ball tipped again and grabbed by Mount Vernon. So Appleby off to a cold start in this game. Gibbons gets cut off on the baseline by Toshner. Ball on the floor. He scoops it out for Scott. He'll take an open three. No good. Rebound taken by Kendrick, though. Bulldogs still alive. And Kendrick will take it back out toward the center line. 21-12, Mount Vernon. Gibbons shakes his man, drives right down the center of the lane, finds the open. Burns reverse layup doesn't go, but Burns gets it back. He puts it up. No good. Ball tipped twice into the hands of Kendrick. He'll put it up and score! Oh, he got fouled. What a shot. He was hit and fell backwards, threw it up anyway, and it went in.
Well, it pays to stay tough on the offensive board. Mount Vernon having three chances underneath there and finally got that third one and one at the same time. Justin Burns doing a good job in there, getting his own rebound, sophomore, getting some playing time. Had 10 points a couple games ago. He's picking it up, doing a job. But here's Kyle Kendrick, the quarterback, the pitcher. What else you want to call him? And a pretty good basketball player at the line.
Future Cougar.
Yes?
Signed on with Washington State. Well, I guess he hasn't formally yet. That's right.
He's going to look at the baseball draft, see what that offers.
He makes the free throw to complete the three-point play. 24-12, Mount Vernon doubling up on Stanwood. In the low post, Jan Heckendorf, who's checked in. Now Kaufman flying by. He finds an open Bozer for a three-pointer, but it's no good. Rebound to Williams of Mount Vernon. Up court to Kendrick. He's going to take a long three. No good. Rebound to Gibbons, and the Bulldogs still have it. Gibbons put it up and in.
There's Gibbons. There's the man, the workhorse underneath. Gotta love him. He's playing tough. Gonna be timeout. Stanwood.
4:49 left to go in the second quarter. It's Mount Vernon 26, Stanwood 12, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout on KBRC.
We'll be doing a little special halftime feature. Your favorite Bulldog basketball moment. Think of a special moment. Come on down at halftime to the right.
4:49 left to go in the first half. It's Mount Vernon 26, Stanwood 12.
And Stanwood 2 for 19 in the ball game right now. They got to heat it up. You're not going to keep a guy like Appleby down the whole ball game. I'll guarantee you that.
7-1 Bulldogs to start the second quarter. There's a three taken by Bozer. No good. Rebound to Mount Vernon. Williams got in there. He's going to bring it up himself. Tries to put it between the legs, but Appleby was there to check him. Williams still with it, trying to get away from Appleby. That's tough to do. Kendrick inside for Gibbons in the low post. Spinning. No shot there. Kyle Bourne, the big guy, right there to guard him. Out for Kendrick. He'll take the three and hit it.
Henry from downtown.
From the left wing, and Mount Vernon has a 17-point lead. Appleby the other way for three. Swish.
There it is. There it is. You know it's coming. Great shot. Great shooter. He shoots that so effortless.
Traveling the other way on Mount Vernon as Brian Shea was on the ground. So Stanwood will bring it in, trailing Mount Vernon 29-15.
Is it a thrill for Jake Moore to play against Appleby? He'll be a Gator next year, Division I at Florida. It's got to be exciting.
I imagine a lot of guys will be saying in future years, you know, I played against him.
Yeah, you bet.
Left baseline, Appleby throws it away. Great defense by Mount Vernon. I believe it was Shea who came over to help.
Yeah, he threw the ball to a spot figuring there'd be a Spartan there, and there was nobody at home.
So the Bulldogs bring it in, leading 29-15. As Gibbons puts a hard pick on Appleby to set Williams free. Now Shea, way out high, he'll give it to Kendrick. Kendrick working against Poe. He lost the ball, and Poe takes it up court, and he's fouled right away. Let's see who they call. Kendrick with the foul. That's his first.
Well, a lot of dribbling going on out there maybe, but I tell you can't fault these guys. Both teams playing really, really hard. Mount Vernon shots are going. I think they're getting more out of their offense. Right now, Stanwood's little, they're just not in a flow of any kind.
Appleby on the left side. Dribbling against Scott. Now Kendrick, who came over there. A pass almost thrown away, but Kaufman brought it down. DePoe in the corner. Looking inside, finds Bourne, and it goes out of bounds off the hand of Kyle Bourne. And the Bulldogs will bring it in. Great defense being played by the Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah, and a much better defensive game plan than the first one. It always is better if it works better, but team defense is being played by Mount Vernon right now, and everybody knows where Appleby is all the time.
I can't think of one time when Appleby has come down the middle of the lane and gotten much room at all to work with, like he did last time.
Yeah, unlike the first game, yeah. Good job by Torrey Swanson. Oh, backdoor!
Kendrick to Williams, and they beat him backdoor for two.
Eye contact there, says, I'll cut backdoor, you get me the ball.
That's a combination that worked so well in the upset win over Snohomish. Kendrick to Williams, and Mount Vernon leads by 16, 31-15. Appleby from the corner, he forced that one. And Williams takes the rebound from Mount Vernon, going way up high. Williams still with it, into the corner for Scott. He fakes, he drives, put it up, missed it. As Heckendorf came over to help, and Scott had the shot affected. Rebound to Stanwood. Appleby up court to Bourne. Shot blocked away, and the Bulldogs have it again. 3-on-2. Gibbons to Williams. He fakes the three. He drives. Jump pass to Scott. Right wing. He'll drive in and lay it in.
Lucas says, maybe I missed one on that side, but not on this side. And a nice looking pass by Williams to kick it out.
33-15 Mount Vernon. And the Bulldogs have just done everything right tonight. And the Spartans throw it away. Appleby, he went over to the right side, but I think his guy zigged when Appleby thought he was going to zag.
That's two zigs and no zags so far for Appleby 2 times down the court, but I thought maybe a timeout. The wheels off a little bit. You know they're going to get back on. They're going to get it taken care of. Right now, Mount Vernon just playing really good basketball.
Stanwood still only 3 field goals in this game, and it's 33-15 Mount Vernon. Justin Burns with the ball for Mount Vernon, right side. Top of the key to Williams. He'll find Moore on the left side wing. Shea fighting for some position in the low post. And there's Kendrick to Williams again. Back door for two. As Kendrick whistled a fastball in there. 90 miles an hour, and Williams turns it into another home run. 35-15 Mount Vernon. Jumper taken and missed by Dan Toshner of Stanwood. Saved out of bounds. Kendrick threw it in. It looked like he chucked it off of Appleby. And it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Mount Vernon.
I think that was his slider. I tell you, it's about baseball time, isn't it? But he's not ready to play baseball yet. Williams doing a nice job. Jake Moore says, all I have to do is run this machine. This is working okay.
A 20-point lead for Mount Vernon. Moore across center court to Shea on the wing, back to Moore. 53 seconds left to go in the first half. 35-15 Mount Vernon. At the right point, Williams to Moore. They tried to work that give and go, but it's broken up this time, but the Bulldogs save it. Kendrick to Jake Moore, and he'll slow things down.
Good heady play there. How about that? Justin Burns on the ground, on the floor.
Mount Vernon leads it by 20. Kendrick fakes the pass. He puts it up and in.
When it's going right, it's going right. And it's going right for the green and white.
Appleby the other way. A long three, and he buried it. Well, after Kendrick made that move, he slapped Appleby on the fanny as if to say, I got you that time. And Appleby says, oh, yeah, watch this.
Yeah, you know, Appleby can shoot you back in any game. Don't get him mad.
37-18 Mount Vernon. 5 seconds left in the half. Kendrick for a long three of his own, and he hits it. Look at that. In the end of the first half.
Oh my, what a half of basketball we got here.
What a show. Halftime in Mount Vernon, and the Bulldogs lead it 40-18 over the Stanwood Spartans. Well, stay tuned for our halftime show. We've got a special feature. We'll have some fans coming over to share their favorite Bulldog basketball moment of all time. Hey, the first half of this game might be up there. 40-18, Mount Vernon at halftime, and we'll come back after the 60-second timeout on KBRC.
Something handed to me, Chris, and I want to get across to the listeners really quick. If you want to see some of the hometown players play, Mark Campbell, Brian Whitehead, Reisman, and Tyler Amaya, 6:30 ESPN2 on this Saturday. Hawaii will be playing Kent State with Mark Campbell. At 8 o'clock ESPN, Detroit versus Santa Barbara with Brian Whitehead, and at 9:30 ESPN, Tulsa versus Gonzaga with Reisman and Tyler Amaya. So that's kind of neat. Going to have a lot of the local guys on TV.
As well as these guys, as like we said earlier, we're recording tonight for TV 10 in Mount Vernon, so you can watch the game on television coming up later this week. Appleby on the drive to start the second half. And it looked like he was bumped out of bounds. Chris Williams. And that's 3 on him.
The person you hear yelling is Coach Torrey Swanson getting his point across. Somebody get on him, he says. That's
Stanwood brings it in, and a traveling call. Chris Poe dragged that pivot foot. Mount Vernon leads 40-18 to start the second half, and I don't know for sure, but I'll bet you Stanwood hasn't been held to 18 points too many times this year in one half of ball.
I'm not sure Appleby's been held low for at least a game.
Bulldog basketball, Shea to Williams to Moore. And Appleby, as he has all night, is checking Shaky Jake. Nice to hear from Shaky Jake's brother at halftime, sharing his favorite Bulldog basketball moment. Moore on the drive, now guarded by Poe. Out for Kendrick, open 3, no good. Off the back of the iron, and Stanwood rebounds, but the outlet pass almost thrown away. Toshner retrieved it along the sideline, driving baseline, put it up, and he's got 2 free throws coming.
Good, smart move by Toshner, too. That's what you want to do. You're stopping the clock already, and you got a good chance to make the basket. Didn't make it, but he's at the line shooting, too. That's a 4th personal foul on Chris Williams. Wow. I had not realized that he had 3 fouls in that first half. He's had to sit some in the first half.
He didn't. He had 2, and
he's got 2
in the first minute here in the third quarter.
And Toshner misses the first free throw.
So Shane Gibbons comes into the ball game. Stanwood was 4 out of 25 shooting in the first half for just 16%. Toshner makes the second free throw, so he got 1 out of 2, and now Stanwood applies a press. Gibbons will fire it half the length of the court to Lucas Scott, and they bring it across the timeline with Shea. Now Kendrick at the left point. Bulldogs 40, Stanwood 19. Kendrick driving right down the middle of the lane, slams on the brakes, gives it back outside to Moore, and then Kendrick again. Gibbons now near side on the point. Pass tipped into the hands of Kendrick. Kendrick on the drive. He'll use a pick from Shea, give it to Lucas Scott. Back over to Shea, free throw line, spinning. Jump pass for Gibbons. He'll fake the shot, and the Bulldogs are being very patient here this time down. Shea in the lane. He hits a 10-footer.
There's the big guy. Get him in the air. Little pump shot. Put it in for 2.
42-19, Mount Vernon. Near side wing. Chris Bozer with it, inside for Toshner. He'll find an open man, a foul, and a score. Count it. The big guy, Kyle Bourne.
Well, that just shows how well a little pump fake will do. You know, either a head fake or a pump fake inside. All these guys like to jump. Brian Shea got him up in the air, made a good one there, and then Bourne down on this end did the same thing.
Free throw no good by Bourne. Rebound to Gibbons, and the Bulldogs bring it up. They're doubling up on Stanwood right now, 42-21. Gibbons with it outside the arc to Moore out high. Rather to Scott, to Moore on the near side. Kendrick, jumper in the lane, comes up short, ball tipped, and a foul called. A push-off. It'll go against Mount Vernon's Shane Gibbons.
That's a good call by Steve Summers. You could have maybe let that one go, but he saw his offhand push on him. The hand that he rebounded with, there was no problem, but the other one he pushed off, and good call.
5:47 left to go in the third. Mount Vernon 42, Stanwood 21. Appleby right side. He fakes, he drives baseline, he shoots it out for Chris Poe. He'll give it to Bozer on the right side, back to Poe. He drives to the free throw line, kick out for Bozer, and now Appleby. Quick three, no good. Rebound to Mount Vernon, Brian Shea emphatically grabbing the rebound. And here come the Dogs. Appleby takes it away from Moore. He just ripped it right out of his hands. One against and Moore takes it right back. Here comes Shaky Jake to Gibbons, out to Moore, three ball, good.
Oh, the sophomore! Look at that! The whole bench is up! Are they excited on that one or what?
Appleby the other way, and Moore tries for another steal, but this time he's called for a reach-in foul.
Well, the senior Appleby schooled the sophomore Jake Moore. You're going to do that lackadaisical pass to the right. Next thing you go, Appleby's going the other way. And guess what? Jake says, I'm a quick learner. I can turn that around on you. What a great game. A great game as far as a bunch of good athletes out there playing right now.
35-21 Mount Vernon. 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Appleby, jumper from 17, got it.
There it is. You're never out of a game when you got a shooter like Appleby out there. I'll tell you, that shot is effortless.
Nice shot from the left baseline, and that makes it 45-23 Mount Vernon. Jake Moore, he finds a seam, takes it, finds an open Scott for three, and it hit the side of the backboard. Ball tipped high. Kendrick almost had it for a moment, but Hinderman took it for Stanwood, and then he throws it away.
Yeah, just too many of them tonight for Stanwood, I'm sure. Coach Nate Duchesne said, that's the last one I'd like to see tonight of those. Just nobody at the other end.
Almost a full house here in Mount Vernon. And the hometown Bulldogs have a 45-23 lead. Brian Shea with it for the Bulldogs to Kendrick on the left side. Jumper from 17 under pressure, hits the back of the iron. It's swatted by Lucas Scott, but Stanwood takes it. Here comes Appleby, 3-on-2 break underneath to Poe, lays it up and in, and the foul.
Well, that's how you finish a fast break. Appleby came down. You got to fall off and play defense on him. Little shuffle pass to Poe, and he just knows what to do, puts it in and one. And be careful. Stanwood can come back on you in a hurry. Couple quick shots by Mount Vernon in the last two offensive series.
Fouls on Lucas Scott of Mount Vernon. Poe's free throw is good to complete the three-point play after his two-pointer ringed around and dropped in. That makes it 45-26 Bulldogs midway through the third. Gibbons across center court. He knew he was going to get trapped, and he was, but he gets it away to Moore. Now Brian Shea on the left side. He'll give it back to Moore as Appleby goes flying by. Some more drives, kicks out for Kendrick. Back to Moore on the near side, and Jake will slow things down. Lucas Scott's hopping up and down on the far side with an open three-pointer to take, but they can't find him, and the Bulldogs have to call a timeout with 3:42 left to go in the third quarter. It's Mount Vernon 45, Stanwood 26.
Looks like Mount Vernon has all kinds of little jump shots, 12, 15 feet that they need to probably start looking at now because Stanwood's jamming it up. They're not going to let him get to the hole. And with Kendrick's ability to jump and Jake Moore, just a little pull-up Jimmy is there for their liking if they want to take advantage of that. Anacortes has picked up their intensity on defense a little bit. You know, it's a long ways back, but it can certainly be done.
3:42 left to go in the third. Bulldogs 45, Stanwood 26, and the Dogs bring it in after the timeout. Justin Burns with it as Appleby swiping at him. Now Jake Moore out high to Kendrick near side. He'll throw a cross court to Scott for a three ball, and it rattles out and stays out. Inside rebound to Gibbons, and a held ball is called. It'll go to the Bulldogs, though, on the alternating possession area.
Been a big baskets for Lucas Scott. Mount Vernon needing, a little confidence in their offense right now. Anacortes doing a better job on the defensive end.
Moore inbounds for Kendrick between the legs, and a pass to Gibbons way out near midcourt. Bulldogs up by 19 with 3:15 left to go in the third quarter. Chris Harper with you, along with Fred Lee and Peter Swanson from Mount Vernon High School. Jake Moore to Justin Burns, near side. He's guarded very closely by Tosner, so he gives it up for Scott, and now Moore. Moore with Appleby on him, as he has been all night. He'll give it to Kendrick on the left side. The Bulldogs having a hard time right now against this man-to-man defense of Stanwood.
The beauty of it is Stanwood can't score if they don't have the ball, though. And they're able to take care of it right now, Mount Vernon. So they're wearing the clock down a little bit.
Chris Williams still on the bench for Mount Vernon with 4 fouls. As Moore goes back door, they find him, but he stepped on the end line.
I don't know what Anacortes has just picked up, and they're kind of overplaying and gambling and doing their job where they should be. Kaufman, the little guy back in, the sophomore, and he can shoot the ball as well.
Deus Kaufman in, Chris Bozer out for Stanwood as the Spartans bring it in, trailing by 19 with 2:30 left to go in the third quarter. Chris Poe on the left wing for Stanwood to Appleby in the corner. He drives, but good help by Gibbons, and the Bulldogs knock it away into the hands of Kendrick. Bulldogs have the ball and a 19-point lead as Jake Moore shakes off Ryan Appleby and brings it up court to Kendrick, holding the ball high over that 6'3" frame. To Lucas Scott, spinning against Kaufman. He'll give it to Burns, who drives right down the lane and lays it in.
The sophomore, Justin Burns, saw he could make it. Jake Moore pulling on his shirt, says, give me a rest. Burns finishes with 2.
Bulldogs 47, Stanwood 26. Appleby outside the arc, around Moore, throws up a floater with the left hand, and he drains it from 10.
Well, he's got all the shots. He's got the whole package. He's tired, though. You can see he's played awfully hard, Appleby, on the defensive end.
Well, and Jake Moore, as you said, he was pulling on his shirt like he was tired, and Appleby, I think, recognized that and just blew right by him to make it 47-28 Mount Vernon. 90 seconds left to go in the third quarter. A takeaway. Toshner from Gibbons. Toshner all the way down the floor. Laid up. No go. Ball tipped by Kaufman. Kaufman going after it. Now 3 guys on the floor and a held ball. This time it'll go to Stanwood.
It wouldn't hurt for Mount Vernon to actually take that timeout to get Jake Moore out and Lucas Scott, because there are some tired guys. And Ryan Appleby's got to be tired out there. The guy is an Iron Man, but he looks tired. He knows he's got to come up with some steals to turn this thing around.
Jake Moore and Lucas Scott out for Mount Vernon. Brian Shea and Tim Squires in. Appleby for 3. Comes up short. Ball almost saved by Stanwood, but it'll be Mount Vernon basketball. And that said, when you're tired, isn't that an indicator when the shots start coming up short?
Your legs go, and that's the first thing that goes. And when your legs are gone, you're not going to make a shot.
Tim Squires, he's got fresh legs right now for Mount Vernon. He'll take the duties against Appleby at the point. Give to Shea at the left point. And a kicked ball. It'll be Bulldog ball with 53 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs leading Stanwood 47-28. Ryan Appleby held to just 13 points in this game. Kendrick for 3. Yes!
His legs feel just fine. I'll tell you. That was, he's 1 for 4 in this quarter. That was a big one, though.
19 points on the night for him. Here's Kaufman the other way. He'll take a 3. No good. A high rebound taken by Kyle Kendrick of Mount Vernon. And now maybe the Bulldogs will wait for one shot with half a minute left to go in the third quarter, and they're leading by 22. Kendrick still with it. The 5 count not yet on. John Rickert hasn't started it yet. Now he does. 17 seconds left to go in the quarter. Kendrick gets away to start a new 5 count. Kendrick still on the dribble against Poe, and he dribbles right into traffic, and a foul called against Stanwood. A non-shooting foul against Deus Kaufman.
See what kind of inbounds play Mount Vernon will have. They got 9.5 seconds, so they got plenty of time.
Kendrick will throw it in. Bounce passes to Gibbons. Outside, now inside, spinning, jumper, bank shot, no good. But the Bulldogs get it back, put it up and in, Justin Burns!
Wow, the big Justin, but he played through the foul, and Brian Shea, he liked that. He says, that's a tough guy move. Brian says, I like that. Justin Burns played through the foul, put it in, and won.
Now Corey Boone comes in, and Kyle Kendrick will take a seat. They don't want to risk a last-second foul here, even though Kyle only has 1. And they'll give him a little more rest, as Justin Burns lines up the free throw, trying to complete a 3-point play. It's up and in.
5 points.
And the Bulldogs take it away. Gibbons for 3, no good.
He wanted to shoot that 3. You can tell it. He wanted to shoot it.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Mount Vernon 53, Stanwood 28. And we'll be back with the fourth and final quarter after this 60-second timeout. You're listening to the Game of the Week on Oldies 1430 KVRC Mount Vernon. Bulldog basketball to start the fourth. They lead Stanwood 53-28. Kendrick, off-balance jumper in the key, hits the front of the rim and comes out, but it's goaltending.
Yeah.
One of the Spartans grabbed the net, and that affected the shot. So count it, 2 points for Kyle Kendrick. And now the Bulldogs, who lead. Oh, it was against Mount Vernon, so no goaltending. Thank you, Peter.
I'm not sure who grabbed the rim. It was Brian Shea.
So no basket, and it's Stanwood ball. Trailing 53-28, opening minute, fourth quarter, and there's a three made by Toshner. His first field goal of the game, and it's 53-31 Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, with a win tonight, would set up a showdown for the North Division Championship at Snohomish on Thursday night. Lucas Scott with it, right wing, pass, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Moore as Appleby, causing trouble.
Well, I tell you, Stanwood's not rolling over. They're going to come after you, and Mount Vernon has to get strong and take care of that basketball.
Stanwood trailing by 22 as Appleby throws a jump pass over to Jacob Schmidt, who's checked into Kaufman for a three.
Well, this guy looks like a shooter. He hadn't hit one yet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes.
Bulldogs the other way. Scott will try to answer. No good. Came up short. Rebound to Stanwood. Poe underneath. Outlets to Appleby, and here come the Spartans. Jump pass ahead for Kaufman. Lay it up and in.
And there's
the Bulldogs need a timeout.
Yeah, they do.
Timeout. Mount Vernon.
Good run by Stanwood here.
6:37 left to go in the game. It's Mount Vernon 53, Stanwood 36, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout on KBRC.
Mark your calendars, Bulldog fans. For
The
next
Stanwood
Wednesday.
Spartans have outscored the Mount Vernon Bulldogs 8-0 to start the fourth quarter.
First round playoff
But the Mount Vernon Bulldogs still lead 53-36 with 6:37 left.
game time is 7 o'clock. It's different than usual. It's a 7 o'clock start next Wednesday.
Eric Monson, the athletic director here, making the announcement that next Wednesday's district playoff opener will start at 7 o'clock right here at Mount Vernon High School. Bulldog ball, Chris Williams back in the game, playing with 4 fouls, and more double dribbled in the backcourt.
Well, yeah, that's just what you don't want out of a timeout. He took the dribble and then looked over to see somebody, Williams on the other side, and then dribble the ball again. Can't do it.
Spartans bring it in. Appleby to Poe to Schmidt on the right side. Out high to Kaufman. He's played well. The sophomore driving, shooting, and the ball almost got stuck between the backboard and the rim, and the Bulldogs take it away. Mount Vernon ball, they're up 53-36 with just over 6 minutes left to play. Justin Burns, left side for Mount Vernon. To Moore, back to Burns. He'll throw a skip pass to Kendrick, almost intercepted. No foul call, so Kendrick shovels to Shea. He puts it up, and he is fouled.
Boy, there could have been certainly a foul call out in front, but apparently they didn't feel there was enough contact. I know the Mount Vernon bench thought there might be, but here's Brian Shea at the line. Mount Vernon needs to make foul shots now because they're going to be put there enough.
Fouls on Dan Toshner of Stanwood. That's his second. Stanwood's third team foul, and Brian Shea's free throw is good.
That's what you need to do, Brian. Brian just goes about his job so unassuming. He looks like he's kind of a walk in the park, but he's so big, plays so hard, sets good screens. Whoa.
Second free throw no good, but Kendrick got the offensive board. That free throw made by Shea was the Bulldogs' first point here in the fourth quarter. They lead the game 54-36 with 5:45 left. Williams on the left point, yet to use his dribble, gives to Justin Burns. Burns with Kaufman on him. He'll give it to Kendrick near side wing. Looking inside for Williams. Still looking. He finds him, low post. Williams puts it up and in.
Well, you give Williams the ball that deep in the paint, it's going to be awful tough to stop him from scoring.
Appleby the other way for three. No good. Rebound to Mount Vernon. Kendrick outlets to Moore, and here comes Shaky Jake. Little move around Appleby. He finds Williams underneath, spinning, put it up, and no good. A reverse layup. It would have been spectacular had he made it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Stanwood with 5:11 left, and Mount Vernon up by 20, but the Bulldogs have looked less than stellar here in the fourth quarter. Schmidt for three, rattles around, stays out. And Shea takes it for the Bulldogs. Mount Vernon would be 13-2 in conference with a win tonight. Ball knocked away. Shea goes after it, picks it up in the corner. There's a cross-court pass to Justin Burns, and he'll give it to Moore straight away. Thinks about that three, takes the three, no good. Rebound to Stanwood. And here comes Appleby. Still with it, between the legs, twice, three times. And his pass to Kaufman. He got it there one way or another, and Kaufman drained a three.
I like this Kaufman. He comes out and says, I'm going to shoot the ball here, and he's got a nice looking shot. But
Bulldog lead down to 17.
What a pass, though, by Appleby.
They trap it midcourt, but the Bulldogs break it. Williams to Brian Shea, put it up, and he missed it. Rebound to Stanwood. Toshner to Appleby, and here come the Spartans. They're not out of this game, no sir. A jumper under pressure, off balance on the baseline, and Appleby hits it from 15.
Appleby getting it going. Stanwood in that full court press. Mount Vernon's got to take care of the basketball when they get it down here.
And the Bulldog lead down to 15, 56-41 with 3:51 left. Right now, the Bulldogs look like they're playing to try to hang on to this game.
Well, you do. You don't want to take quick shots down there. We want to take good shots, but you do have to take care of the basketball, and you also know that that other team wants it, and they're going to get after you. They're going to take chances, overplay.
Kendrick makes the three, drives, stops for a 10-footer in the lane, missed it to the left. Rebound to Schmidt of Stanwood, and the Bulldogs have gone cold here in the fourth. Appleby shakes, he spins, and his jumper is good from 19.
You get him going, baby. He's on fire right now.
And the Bulldog lead down to 13. A foul at center court. Might have been Appleby reaching in. But the Bulldogs have scored only 3 points in this quarter.
I tell you right now, too, it's important if Stanwood wants to get back in this game to get some more fouls so they can foul at the end of the ball game if they need it to get the ball back.
14 fouls for Stanwood. That was on Appleby, and that's his first. As Stanwood has outscored the Bulldogs 15-3 in the fourth quarter. Now another foul, Kaufman.
Foul on number 12. Yes.
And right now, I guess if you're Stanwood, you figure, well, we'll try for the steal if we foul. Like you say, Fred, no big deal. We want them in a bonus anyway.
That's right.
That's 5 team fouls. And the Bulldogs bring it in with 3 minutes left, and they're up 56-43. And a foul on Appleby this time. His second.
On number 24.
Going for the steal. 16 fouls for each side. And now with the next foul, the Bulldogs and the Spartans will be in the bonus.
Now you want to get the ball in the hands of the guy that can shoot foul shots, obviously.
Williams with it, and let's see if he can. He'll have a 1-and-1 now as Chris Poe fouled him in the backcourt with 2:54 left to play.
His third.
Mount Vernon by 13, 56-43.
Williams, I got unofficially with 13 points in the game. He's had to sit in a lot of the ball game, too, because of foul trouble.
And as we mentioned earlier, this broadcast is being videotaped as well and will be shown on TV 10 in Mount Vernon later this week. So keep it tuned to TV 10. Chris Williams makes the first free throw, second one up, and good. Takes good advantage of that 1-and-1, and that makes it 58-43 Mount Vernon. A three-ball taken by Kaufman, that was off the mark, but Stanwood gets it back. And now Appleby has it taken away right in front of him. The pass was intended for Appleby, but Jake Moore flew in there for the steal, and now he's fouled. If it's on Appleby, no, it's not. It's on Poe, and that's his third.
Number 10, Chris Poe. That'll be his fourth.
So Jake Moore at the line, shooting a 1-and-1 with the Bulldogs up by 15 and 2:36 left. Free throw, no good. Rebound to Kendrick, though. He spins, puts it right up, missed it. Got his own rebound, put it up, and in. Oh, what a hard worker that Kyle Kendrick has been tonight. Appleby the other way from the free throw line. He hits it as he was fouled. Oh, what a player this guy is.
Yeah, and Torrey Swanson's going, why are you fouling the guy? You know, easier said. He's a tough guy to check because looks like he's going about 3 different directions at the same time.
2:22 left to go in the game. Timeout on the floor. It's Mount Vernon 60, Stanwood 45, and we'll come back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Game of the Week on Oldies 1430 KVRC Mount Vernon. And then we'll be on our sister station, 660 KAPS Mount Vernon, on Thursday night for the Mount Vernon Bulldogs and the Snohomish Panthers. Free throw by Appleby is good to complete a 3-point play after the timeout. And the Mount Vernon lead is 14 points with 2:20 left as they bring it in. And Shane Gibbons was fouled. He'll be shooting free throws. A 1-and-1 coming for him.
His third personal. Shane Gibbons.
Foul was on Dan Toshner, and that's his third. Be sure you stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll be talking with our player of the game. We'll have all the numbers from the Prince of Percentages, Peter Swanson, and we'll look ahead to tomorrow and Thursday nights. Big games coming up for Skagit Valley teams. Free throw no good, and a foul on Justin Burns going after the rebound. And the Spartans now are in the bonus, so they've got Jacob Schmidt shooting a 1-and-1. 2:19 left, Mount Vernon 60, Stanwood 46.
Schmidt has a chance to score his first points in the ball game.
Jacob Schmidt, a 6'1" senior wing. Not much experience on this team for Stanwood. Free throw missed by Schmidt. Ball on the floor picked up by Appleby. He'll take a 3 right away, comes up short. They tried to volleyball the rebound to him. Kaufman tried to spike it out toward Appleby, but the Bulldogs take it. Kendrick in the front court, and they called a foul on Kaufman with 2:05 left. And now Kyle Kendrick will be shooting 2 free throws. The Bulldogs are in the double bonus now.
Well, Kyle just doing a great job. Had a great ball game out there. He's got it officially. I've got him for 20 points, and certainly a chance to add to that. Mount Vernon, you knew that they couldn't keep going at the pace they were going in that first quarter and even carrying over to the second quarter, but doing a nice job, and Stanwood stepping up on the defensive end. You knew we were going to take a run at him.
Kendrick made the first free throw. Second one up, and perfect. 62-46, Mount Vernon with 2 minutes left. Appleby for a long 3 straight away. That one missed to the right, and Kendrick grabs the rebound. He's hacked twice, 3 times. They don't call it. And he'll give it to Moore in the backcourt, and he's fouled by Appleby.
I'm not sure how many that is on Appleby. We'll take a look over here. But
Number 24, Ryan Appleby. James Moore will go to the line.
3 fouls on Appleby. The Bulldogs are in the double bonus with 1:51 left, and Jake Moore 2 free throws to shoot. Well, with Kendrick, I thought that the sequence of the game was right before the first half ended, where he faked the pass in the lane and then hit the jumper from 10 and smacked Appleby on the fanny and said, "Gotcha that time." Appleby comes back the other way and hits a long 3.
Right.
But Kendrick came right back and hit a long 3 of his own to end the first half.
yeah, that was way out, and he shot that about from the revetment, I think, in downtown Mount Vernon. That was a long one, and
Well, the Bulldogs are making their free throws here in the fourth quarter. Moore hits 2. Appleby can't quite finish the other way, but he got his own rebound. 1:40 left. Schmidt for 3. Blocked by Kendrick. Taken by Kendrick.
wow, not here, not now. He got up there, didn't he?
And for a brief moment, it looked like Kyle had a smile on his face after he took the ball up court to Burns. Missed the shot. Got his own rebound. Pump fake. Put it up. No good. He got it back again. And now Poe takes it away. Here comes Stanwood. And a technical foul is called on Torrey Swanson of Mount Vernon, the head coach. He was hot. They didn't get the foul, and I beg your pardon, it was not on Torrey Swanson. It looked like they may have said 3. That would be Shane Gibbons.
Well, he's got a little bit of a grin on his face, but I'm sure he won't have it on there for long when the coaches have a little talk with him. The referees heard all they wanted to hear there, and they said, "Well, we'll put Appleby at the foul line."
Appleby missed the first one. 1:17 left. Appleby makes the second free throw. 64-47, Mount Vernon with 1:17 left. And Stanwood brings it in. Toshner, quick three, high arcing shot, barely grazed the net, and the Bulldogs have it. Jake Moore across center court. And the Bulldogs will be playing for the North Division Championship on Thursday night as Justin Burns finishes underneath. Schmidt the other way. He'll take a three and hit it from the right wing.
There's Schmidt. He got one block. He says, I'm going to keep shooting. Puts it in for three.
Mount Vernon 66, Stanwood 50. Final minute of the game. Brian Shea getting ready to check in for Mount Vernon. Kendrick just holding the ball right in front of us. And what a game he's had.
Yeah, he's had it. He comes out. He's a gamer.
Right away, Mount Vernon jumped out in front in this game. Three ball taken, missed by Mount Vernon. The tip almost went in, but Stanwood has it the other way. Appleby around the back. He feeds to Toshner, and he's fouled as he went in for the layup.
Foul number 15, Lucas.
21 seconds left, and the Bulldogs are up by 16. And this game was not anything close to what I expected, Fred.
No, it wasn't. Mount Vernon got off to such an awfully good start and just really didn't. Everything they tried worked, and a great game plan executed very well by Mount Vernon. And at their house, it's a tough place to come in and play, and Kendrick goes out to a nice ovation.
Toshner made 1 out of 2 free throws for Stanwood to make it 66-51 with 20 seconds left, and Justin Burns is fouled in the backcourt by Chris Poe, so Burns will shoot 2.
It's an interesting Stanwood team because they've got pieces all along. Now they've got another one in Bourne and another one in Kaufman. So they're just rounding in. It's an interesting situation. But Appleby, whoever gets to play with him, it's got to be a thrill. And they're going to be around for a while.
Justin Burns makes the free throw.
I think they play. Do they not play Monroe on Thursday? If I'm.
That's right.
I'm correct. Yeah.
Chris Williams comes out. He had a good fourth quarter after sitting out for almost all of the third with 4 fouls. Justin Burns' second free throw hits the back of the iron, and it stayed out. Rebound to Stanwood with 15 seconds left. Appleby will try to finish with a 3, but he missed it. And the Bulldogs, what a game it's going to be on Thursday night as Jake Moore will dribble this one out. He'll lay it in, they'll count it to end the ball game. Mount Vernon 69, Stanwood 51, and now the Bulldogs are 13-2 in conference play, still in second place. And Snohomish, we heard, was winning at halftime tonight, 42-23, so it looks like they've got that one in hand. And that sets up a showdown at Snohomish on Thursday night. The Bulldogs and the Snohomish Panthers will be playing for the Northern Division Championship.
Well, we got our MVP here of the game, Brian Shea. Congratulations, my man.
Thanks.
You look like you're just kind of out there. We talked about kind of like a little walk in the park out there. You're just setting picks all over and saying, hey, what do you want me to do, guys? And I'll do it.
Yeah, man, that's my role in the team, and I don't know, I'm not much to score, but I rebound and play D. That's about it.
Well, Tori Swanson can't say enough about the job that you do. It's an unheralded job, and people have to be role players on teams. And if you don't have people that will accept roles, you're in trouble right off the bat. You seem to be able to accept this role and kind of relish in it a little bit, saying, hey, what the heck, I can go out here and knock people around a little bit.
Yeah, football's my main thing, so, I kind of carry that over in basketball, and I don't know, it's fun. I like being around with the team and stuff, and that's why I play,
You got to be pretty happy with the way the season's gone. What was your, really when you looked into it at the start of the year, where did you think this team was going to be?
Oh, man, at the start of the year, we were a different team, man. I don't know what to say, man. We're like 10 times better now, but we just learned how to gel, and Chris Williams came back, and we just got better as a team by playing together.
I think that first half, I haven't seen you guys gel that well for as long in that first, but it carried clear over to the second quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And rebounding-wise, you guys, I think, won the boards. A little Justin Burns come in, give you a little lift on the boards.
Yeah, man, he's a hustler, man. He's all over the floor, man. That kid's all over the ball, man.
So where do you look? Where are you looking at football right now? What's it look like? And I know you're going to play.
Yeah,
but
I'm planning on walking on at Wazoo, and yeah, so I'm going to go over this summer and play ball with Quiddle.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt in my mind you're going to be playing some ball down the road. We're going to be looking forward to seeing you there. Brian, thanks for coming over. I got a shirt for you here somewhere. I know I put it in my bag. You got to bear with me here. We got one right there. If that's too small, we'll give you a double A. Okay?
That's good. It's good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Thanks for coming over talking to us. Good luck. See you later, my man.
That's Brian Shea of the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. The Bulldogs beat the Stanwood Spartans tonight by a final score of 69-51, and they jumped all over the Spartans early. They grabbed an early 15-7 lead. They still led the game by 8 points at the end of the first quarter. At halftime, it was 40-18, and then the Bulldogs really just held off the Spartans in the second half. I thought particularly in the fourth quarter when Stanwood came out with an 8-0 run, and this game started to get very interesting.
We got a real, I used to be a heck of a fisherman too, as you can tell with these lines here. They tried to throw me overboard. Too many lines, but what were you saying, Chris?
I was saying that Stanwood, with that 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter, came back in the game and made things interesting. And for a while, I think the Bulldogs started to sweat. But then they started to hit their shots. I thought it was really important that once the Bulldogs got into the bonus, they started to hit their free throws. As I glanced quickly here, they were 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10 shooting free throws in the fourth quarter, and that really turned Stanwood away, I thought, and iced the game for Mount Vernon, and they end up winning it by 18 points.
Yeah, that was a good sign of a good team, and I think Stanwood, you have to give credit. They could have rolled over Appleby and Tosher and those guys out there. Didn't quit. And you knew they were going to take a run. Every team is going to make a run, and they made that run, and Mount Vernon was able to handle it and move on. And here comes the microphone again.
Yeah,
back.
if you're watching on television now, you know how we do this on radio.
Yeah.
On radio, we can make all kinds of gestures like, "Come over here." But on TV, it really doesn't work, does it?
Well, we saw the back of Peter Swanson several times, so we'll be able to recognize that now.
And now we see the front of Peter's son, Torrey Swanson, Mount Vernon's head coach. The Bulldogs win it tonight, 69-51 over Stanwood. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm real happy, obviously, right now. We got to go to Snohomish on Thursday night and play for the league title, so can't be any happier than we are right now.
Well, you really have to feel good. It's always good to get somewhat of revenge or whatever you want to call it after you lose a ball game at Stanwood in front of a really, really big crowd early in the season. Come back here to your house and it's full like it usually is. The people show up and support the Mount Vernon team so well, but I had to feel good to get that win tonight.
Well, all the kudos goes to our kids. Our kids did a great job executing our game plan. They played hard and as hard as you can play. And our seniors really stepped up and played a big game, and that's what you expect out of seniors in this type of game, and they did it. They didn't let anybody down.
Well, we got a chance to get Brian Shea up here, the big guy, and give him the MVP because we talk about role players and how important they are to teams that win. People that are willing to accept a role, and he seems to not only accept it, kind of relishes in it. He does a good job, but he does it real unassuming.
All you have to do is come watch one of our games, and when Brian scores, I think the crowd is maybe the loudest it is all night long. And Brian's just the kind of kid that everybody respects and everybody looks up to. He's one of our captains, and that's one of the main reasons they're captains, because we all respect him. Coaches respect him, players respect him, fans respect him, and no one's more deserving that sort of accolade as a role player, as just a leader on our team, and I couldn't be happy for Brian.
Were you concerned about how the team was going to come back from a defeat that probably hurt a little bit with Oak Harbor? Certainly any defeat does, but how they're going to react? Were they going to step up, or were they going to, what were you thinking after
You know what? Our kids all year long have practiced evenly, have had an even keel. I don't know how you'd expect them to be right now, but they just kind of walked into the locker room like, well, that's a good game. We played real well, but who do we play Thursday?
Yeah.
And no, I wasn't worried at all. Because of that, our kids are real mature. Our kids have strong character. I knew they'd come out and play hard and play well. There's no question in every game we're ready to play. It's just a matter of how the ball rolls once in a while. And it didn't roll very well for Stanwood tonight. I thought they played hard. They just didn't hit a few shots, and we hit those shots.
And you knew, too, we talked about earlier, that Stanwood was going to take a run on you. There was no doubt about it. When you got an Appleby out on that court that can shoot from where he shoots and extend his game and be able to handle the ball as talented as he is, with Toshner and some of the other people. I'm not trying to put down the other players on the team, but he is the man. You knew that he could get in a streak, and that we had to take care of the basketball.
Oh, yeah, and that's the type of thing. When you're up 22 going into halftime, you're just worried, can we withstand a run? Can we, kind of be a little Teflon, a little bit of plastic, and bend and then not break and then come back? And we did. They came, I think, within 13 points, but nothing closer than that. We made a few mistakes, but as long as we come back from those mistakes and convert and make a few of those big shots, and that's what happens when you defeat runs. And I'm just happy with our kids. I couldn't be prouder of them right now.
And basic basketball always comes up, and that's where you guys got it going. I don't know how many times I saw just to give up the ball, cut down the middle, and you guys were really looking for one another tonight.
It's funny. I was just reading a Sports Illustrated article about the Princeton offense and the back cuts, and we talk a lot about going back door and playing together, but God, if you were to watch this tonight, the back cuts, or the passing, the playing together, the basic fundamental basketball was exactly like they described in the article today. We're not a Princeton offense by any means, but our kids played that way tonight.
Well, I couldn't have picked a better night to have my 8th grade AAU team down here behind the bench and watch what was going on, particularly in that first half. They were unselfish. Everybody touched the ball. Didn't seem to matter who had it. Just good fundamental basketball.
Well, our kids play hard now. I think one of the things I mentioned at halftime was Justin Burns went in there, and he didn't play a whole lot in the first half, but he made a great play by diving on the ground and getting a loose ball that got us an extra 3 points where he didn't have to do that, but he made a difference. He played 4 or 5 minutes in the first half, and he made a difference, and we try to tell our kids to make a difference when you go in there, and he sure did.
Well, you have to be thrilled to death. You got a big game coming up now at Snohomish's house, which will really be fun. They're certainly going to want to get back at us, but hey, that first place is right there.
Well, you can't ask for anything more but just have a chance to play for the league title. And our kids have put themselves in a position to play for the league title. And whatever happens Thursday night, we're in that spot, and we still got to come back here on Wednesday night and play a home playoff game. So, hey, we'll just have a good time, go out there and give it our best, and play as hard as we can, and we'll see what happens.
Tori, thanks for coming over. Thanks for taking the time. Always a pleasure.
That's head coach Tori Swanson of the Mount Vernon Bulldogs, who beat the Stanwood Spartans tonight by a final score of 69-51. Our thanks to Tori Swanson and also to Brian Shea and Kyle Kendrick of Mount Vernon High School for appearing on our post-game show. When we come back from Mount Vernon, we'll take a look at all the numbers with the Prince of Percentages, Peter Swanson, and we'll look ahead to tomorrow night, the playoff game, Cedro Woolley at Meadowdale, and then, of course, Thursday, the Northern Division Showdown with Mount Vernon going to Snohomish. They'll play the Panthers, and we'll tell you all about it after this 60-second timeout on KVRC.